As you guys probably have seen from the title, it's currently broken. So now more than ever, likes are super appreciated. We'll spend every single cent of ad revenue on this car. Right now, we actually need a little bit of ad revenue. What's a reasonable amount? 2,000, 3,000 likes. Let's try to hit those numbers. And also, if you really want to support us, check out boostedshades.com. That's our personal company. It funds a lot of what's going into these cars, and we would really appreciate it if you check out boostedshades.com. That's all the advertising and promoting we're gonna do. Let's get right into the video. What's going on, Team Boosted? Welcome back to another Om606 Turbo Diesel Datsun video. We're gonna tune it, and essentially what we wanna do is get this so when we take everything apart, make it nice, and rewrap the car and do the interior, when we put the drivetrain back in, we just wanna be able to use it right away. We have this little cheap eBay boost controller. We have a gauge that's at 30 PSI. James, is that gonna be enough?
Oh, we're gonna max it out.
We're gonna max it out, and we're gonna blow clean past it, but it's a diesel, so it can't go lean, and there's no way this turbo makes the amount of boost required to blow a hole in this.
I'm hoping that we literally blow clean past it, like we break the boost gauge past 30 PSI and we don't get smoke.
Well, just one of those,
that'd be awesome.
It's just one of those cheap Equus ones.
Yeah, I mean, it's an O'Reilly special for temporary usage.
The other thing that's been in our comment section lately is that we don't know how to tune diesels because there's too much smoke. Yes, we understand that the smoke is pretty much wasted horsepower. We haven't actually attempted to tune this at all yet, so we are going to increase the boost, lessen the smoke, and do all that fun stuff.
Now, I mean, we're literally using this pump like it came out of the DHL box from Diesel Pump UK. We've done 0 adjustments. We've hooked up a throttle to it.
Yeah,
that's literally it.
So let's pop a passenger seat in it this time so the passenger doesn't die. And I mean, it's not going to prevent death, but it might help a little bit. Well, and let's do a base run test and see where we're at in terms of boost and smoke and.
Hey, and the seat is going to make it so Devin can actually like
look at stuff,
not pee his pants whenever he's in this thing with me misshifting.
You know, Kirkis aren't much different than just having no seat at all.
Yeah, but I mean, technically it's a seat.
All right, let's see if
the letter of the law.
Let's see if it lines up with like one of our 400 holes in here.
If it doesn't, we'll just fucking run a drill bit through it real quick.
That's true too.
Okay, yeah, it's good.
Okay, cool. That's way easier than.
I think I got 2 holes lined up, and if I don't, we can at least bolt one in and then ream it out with a drill bit in the front and throw another bolt. We'll get this in. This will only take a couple minutes.
Safety.
Temporary. I hope. I don't want to use these forever. They suck.
How do you feel about the seat, Devin? Okay, Kirky installed. Ass cushion applied. Ass cushion applied.
Applied.
You gotta give her a sit. Better than the floor?
Marginally.
Marginally?
I mean, it feels like I'm sitting on the floor, but there's not a bunch of wires in my ass, so that's nice.
That's good.
It's so quiet and peaceful.
Way quieter when you keep the glow plugs running for a minute.
All right, so we're gonna pop out there and do a baseline pull. You'll notice that we got our O'Reilly special 30 PSI. Let's see if we're at 30 right now. It's completely possible.
Yeah, we're kind of just trying to see where we're sitting at for boost and just get a feel on the whole thing, and then we'll tune it. Base rip right there, we got up to about 25, 28
I barely touched it. It's cold, so I wanted to wait until we went back.
I don't think we're really going to be able to get much out of this gauge other than it has a lot of boost. Alright, so part of our tuning plan was to see if we needed to reevaluate the spring and the wastegate. And as you could tell by that 30 footage,
PSI gauge.
Yeah, we pinned out the 30. So
it's
no different spring.
It's so fast already. I guess what we could just do is See if we can get the rack tighter so it jerks a little less, and maybe lessen the smoke.
Yeah, turn the high side down a little bit of the pump and see what we can do.
So a lot of you mentioned that the GT, I mean not the GT, the HX35 might not be big enough. You're right, because if we're hitting 30 psi, well, we're doing more than that, probably 35. So that's starting to get to the efficiency zone of like where the turbo is going to just be blowing hot air. So we likely need an HX40 with this car, but I don't know if it needs that much power.
Yeah, I don't know. It's already terrifying.
I personally don't believe that it does.
We're gonna drive it a few more times, do a few more rips today, but like we don't have enough room on that street. It's like a half mile long. We just like don't have enough room.
Yeah,
maybe
it
we'll
immediately
put
starts going warp speed.
I mean, this thing is registered. It has
let's put the fan on and
onto Mexico Road over there past the train.
What's the legality of driving without a hood in Mexico?
I mean, this car's old. Should be fine.
Okay. What we are noticing is that the low input side, or the partial throttle, like the
Basically, there's the Alda has a limiting setup that limits the maximum fuel before the Alda starts adding more. We think that's set too high. That's why it's so smoky at like low throttle.
Devin, start it up and just give it a few
Little poppies.
few little revs. So I mean, yeah, it's the out of boost fueling, I should say, that we think needs.
The low boost or light load section of the Alda is tuned a little on the rich side. As indicated by the... God, this sounds like a proper straight six.
Yeah, so the off boost throttle, we're gonna fuck with that, and we're going to do Luke from Diesel Pump's suggestion on the jerk fix. So we did the anti-jerk, which helped a lot, but we think our rack could be a little tighter, and we'll show you guys that too. Okay, underneath this is the governor shit. This is the where the solenoid used to go, and now is just a cover, allegedly.
Very difficult to remove cover.
Same as the force.
Trying.
Oh, there it is. Let's take a gander in there. Whoa, look at that. All right, so the nut there, we're gonna want to tighten that apparently until the idle audibly increases. And then we're gonna use this here idle adjustment screw to bring it back down. Seems simple enough. So this cover's going back on because you see the giant puddle of oil. This is due to the anti-jerk filling this up with oil. And we would have to disable that to try to mess with this, but right now it's manageable with the amount of jerk that it has, and we'd rather tune out some of the low-end fueling. So we're gonna do that. So we've adjusted the off-boost fuel down a little bit. We're also going to put a EGT probe, which is the big important with diesels. You don't want your exhaust getting too hot, melting shit. It's pretty much
literally the same thing that I put in a steak when it's on the grill.
This is what you measure steak heat with. And our Diesel Pump UK billet manifold has a spot for the steak temperature sensor. How much fuel flow does your NA version of this motor?
I thought it was 60. It's 36 cc's.
We are making a potential 210, but more likely 160, but that is still like many times greater than it's meant to have. Well, you know, the turbo one probably has like actually 60, right?
I think the turbo one's clocking at around 120 or something.
No way, dude. It is good that this is the last two things going in here because the wiring is getting fucking hectic.
Yeah, I wanted to keep this wiring simple and ghetto.
Well, it's...
I got the ghetto part right, not the simple part.
What the fuck? Well, this is all testing. We're still testing.
Oh, so it looks like shit now.
Yeah, it looks like absolute doo-doo. We got comments like, who wired it?
Oh my god, I can't believe you're gonna leave it like this.
The other thing we did is I turned the boost down one full turn because we don't want it to just peg 30 instantly and then we don't know like how actually much it's making.
Knowing it's making more than 30 psi it gives us just as little information as not knowing what it's making. So
if I turn this in a full full rotation that makes 25 now. That puts us in like way more knowledge.
Yeah. Or even if you turn it in a full turn, it makes 29. We know we're right around 30 to 35, which is pretty close to where we want.
All right, so the fan's on, and we got our boost gauge, we got our EBG. And we can't really rip it up and down this road. As many of you have mentioned, this is the same place that TJ and Throttle also work.
The same location in Mexico.
And there's a lot of other businesses around here, and people aren't too pumped on it all the time. So we're gonna go like out into the world. And it's registered, so I mean it's got no hood or whatever, but fuck it.
I hate this shifter, dude. Yeah, no, I'm getting another one. This shifter is a piece of actual trash. And we paid for it, so we can say that.
It's so weird putting diesel into the Datsun.
Oh, it's like full, too. That's fucking crazy. We might actually be able to make it back to the shop with this demon.
It's definitely slower than Sam took the fuel out.
Yeah, I'm actually not upset about that, though.
No, it's way more drivable.
And we still have the peak power there that we want. We haven't really had a chance to rip it on this drive because it's kind of a suboptimal time of day. You know, I'm gonna be real with you, man. The 25 PSI feels way more okay.
It's got me in a big fucking cloud of smoke. That's a rocket when he shifts, dude. James, what happens?
Okay, so we just did those flybys in the car. I decided to take it up to the cul-de-sac and back just so I could get a little bit of time in fifth gear wide open, see what the EGTs were looking like. On my way back, I shift third, and then I go to shift to fourth, and instead of it being my typical money shift, all of a sudden, like, everything transmission and clutch related just suddenly feels alien and strange, and now
Makes a bunch of metal noises, which isn't great.
yeah,
so.
now it's making weird noises and throwing metal pieces at stuff. Oh, it's no good. I'm wondering if perhaps our very loud throw-out bearing that some of the 350Z guys on the internet said is like a normal thing for these cars, maybe ours was louder than theirs.
I think the clutch is shredded.
Sam was saying,
Look
what the
up
fuck
right,
is-
right above the pivot ball, behind the clutch, between the
Oh, dude, a bunch of shit just fell out.
between the fucking.
Oh, shit, boy.
Am I able to get video?
You should be able to see it. There's literally a piece of the clutch like wedged behind the fucking like arm for the throw-out bearing if you can.
Oh yeah, there's a whole fucking ass chunk of clutch right there.
Oh, man. Electron microscope close. Yeah, that would be what caused the problem.
Oh, Sam, wait till you see this footage. We are actually not positive it's clutch material.
I mean, hell, it could have just been like a chunk of an animal that flew in there. We don't know.
Oh, we got it. That's clutch material.
That's clutch material.
Yep.
Okay, so whoever guessed clutch.
Clutch definitely exploded.
You're getting a pair of beaters in the mail, I guess.
Neat. So
Never
just
seen the fibers in a clutch fucking poke out like that.
That's not so good.
You can tell it's clutch smell it, dude.
Does it smell like asparagus piss?
Yeah, it smell bad.
This was in the boot.
Yeah.
This is a much bigger. Oh yeah, and you can.
How much clutch material are we gonna find deposited around the inside of this fucking
You can see the top of the donut, and it's like hardly any.
All right. Well, I guess this is the perfect time to begin disassembly and making it nice.
Dude, like, how did this even happen? This clutch really doesn't even look that bad.
What?
Getting more, dude.
There's more?
Oh my God, dude.
How did it drive in here? It did drive in here.
Yeah, I drove it all the way back from the cul-de-sac after it happened. I was like, oh shit.
Oh, this one's still hot.
I was like, what the fuck happened?
Theirs was a rivet.
That was where a rivet was holding that on.
It was a bad rivet.
The whole thing just like fractured and fell apart. I don't know why.
What's this clutch rated to?
That's a good question.
I don't know, man. I wish to you that
we turned the boost back up. I mean, that doesn't affect power because we know.
It was definitely.
We know things about diesels.
It was definitely all the way back up. The thing was running real good.
I would be much more inclined to believe it would start slipping if we were overpowering it than.
It shouldn't
Exploding.
explode. I've never experienced a clutch spontaneously failing like this. Especially for no reason. Not like a drag race launch. No, like, stupid bullshit. I mean, unless this happened when you did your sick burnout and then I just drove it to death. I happened to be in the car at the wrong time. But
I don't think so.
I doubt it. I think it just happened when it happened.
All right, guys, that's gonna wrap up this video. We got a lot more planned for this thing. One of the big things is, in addition to taking it to the track, we want to be able to drive it to the track. So up next is just, making the interior nice and making it a manageable car.
Perhaps a radio, maybe even a race car with air conditioning. That's always cool. The other thing I want to briefly touch upon is tuning. We tried a little bit today, but some of the things that we noticed were the tuning adjustments on the Alder are super fine. You turn it a little bit, and that was enough to make the low end of the fuel pull out enough to put it in a no fueling position. It wouldn't even start. So there's a lot of things you can do with that Alder. You can flip the rack. There's the low and the high fuel. And we're gonna need the car actually on a dyno to make the adjustments necessary. Trying to turn it and then drive it and see how much smoke comes out is not ideal.
It's very inefficient.
We also understand that you don't want a freight train, James Bond smoke screen amount of smoke coming out of this thing. You want just a light haze because the smoke is higher EGT temperatures and it's wasted horsepower. But as far as the shakedown goes, we verified that the EGT wasn't melting our shit, and that's good enough for us right now. We'll have that whole dyno tuning day coming up, and you guys will see that. But for right now, this is about all we can do because the car's freaking broken, so Devin's gonna pick a winner for this video's giveaway. If you guys aren't familiar, we give away products from boostedshades.com every single video. Go ahead and pick a winner.
This video's winner is Nio9063.
All right, hit us up at Team Boosted at boostedshades.com or through any of our social media platforms. We'll get back to you and ship you something. If you guys want to win, all you got to do is like, sub, leave a comment. Even if you don't win, you guys should still do that stuff. Or even if you're not trying to win, you should still do that stuff because we get more views and we get more revenue and we will spend it all on these cars like I mentioned earlier. The comment, it could be anything, but we ask you guys stuff at the end of the video.
This video question is, we plan on rewrapping this thing in a different color, so we just want to know your input on that. What color would you like to see this diesel Datsun?
To help you out with what color might look good on it, we are going with a black interior with red seats and red accents, so take that into account when you pick your color, and we'll actually read through and we value your opinion, and we haven't bought the wrap yet, so your color could end up on this car.
Yeah, as always guys, thanks for watching, we'll see you next time.
Get wild.